So one of the most performing videos in this channel has been the one where I taught you how to move or transfer your shares from one Demat account to another. And since then, there have been a few minor tweaks in this process of transferring shares from one Demat account to another. So yes, here is a 2024 version on how to transfer your holdings from one Demat account to another. This is Ajay Ajith. Welcome to Market Feed. So the original problem statement still remains. Over the last multiple years, I've bought a lot of stocks in various Demat accounts, and finally I want to consolidate all of them. I do not want to go through the headache of having to manage all of these accounts. And I want to do this in such a way that I do not have to book profit and losses in any of these accounts, and I do not want to pay any taxes at all. So let's go through a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this the very easiest way. So when you want to shift your Demat account holdings, there are generally two ways to do it. One is a physical DIS slip that you have to go to your broker's office and then submit. So here what you're doing is you're giving a delivery instruction slip to the broker saying that, hey, this is my broking account which I have with you guys. I want to transfer these stocks from this account into another account of choice. And that is particularly useful if you're trying to move your holdings from an account which is not under CDSL, right? CDSL is India's largest depository. Some brokers use CDSL, some use NSDL. If you want to do a cross depository transfer, the easiest way to do it still today is using the physical DIS slip. But if both of your Demat accounts are under CDSL itself, there is one very easiest way, which is called a CDSL Easiest, through which you can transfer your shares very quickly and efficiently. So the first thing that you have to do is to come to the CDSL Easiest website and to create your Easiest account here. So for that, I'll be putting the links in the description and in the pinned comment here. You have to go here, click on the to register for Easiest. Make sure this is the link that you're clicking to. So here you'll be asked for your DP ID as well as your client ID. Your Demat account number, which you can find in the profile section of your broker, it is split into two parts. The first 8 digits are your DP ID here, and the next 8 digits are your client ID here. And once you successfully enter them, make sure you check the tick mark here and click on the continue button. And here you'll be asked for an OTP. This OTP will be sent to your registered mobile number as well as your email address, which is linked to this broker's account. So in the next segment, which is the account details segment, you'll be asked to set a username as well as a security question as well. So all this you have to do to make sure your account is accessible for later. So here you can go ahead and set all of the required usernames as well as the security questions, and you can click on the continue button. And in the next segment, which is a trusted details account, you can go ahead and fill in the account number or the Demat account number to which you want to transfer these shares. So yes, we are trying to make a CDSL Easiest account for transferring the shares from this account to another account, right? So that another account or the account which you want to send to, that Demat account is what you have to enter here. Go ahead, click on the continue button, and once again you'll be asked for an OTP for the trusted account which you have set here. Once this is done, you'll end up in the grouping section. You'll be seeing a lot of Demat accounts numbers here. And once this is done, you'll be seeing the grouping section. You can ignore this page and you can go and click on the continue button. And the next one you see will be the finish segment. Hey, congratulations. Your authentication has been sent to the DP, which is your broker, and you can wait for an email confirmation from your broker saying that your CDSL Easiest account has been activated. So after waiting for nearly 24 hours, our broker has finally approved our CDSL Easiest account creation. So let's go ahead and log into the platform. The username is what you set in the previous screen, and the password you would have received in the welcome email from CDSL. And once you log in, you'll be asked to set a new password because this was an auto-generated password. You'll be asked to set a new password here. Go ahead and do that. And once you set the new password, you'll have to go back to the login screen and log in once again with whatever password you just set. I know it's a bit boring, but then this is how the process is. So once you log into the platform here, there is one extra thing that you'll have to do to make sure there are no hiccups later, right? So you'll have to go to the miscellaneous option here on top and click on the change pin button. This old pin that is being asked here, you would have received it in the welcome email or SMS at the time of CDSL account creation. Make sure you do this step. If you do not change the pin, they will not accept your transaction later. So as I said before, there has been one major change implemented in the CDSL share transfer Easiest platform from the 1st of January, and the regulation or the change here says that you should do an extra step of account linking to whichever account you want to send the shares to. You must come and register them here first. There is a waiting period as well, and only once this is done can we go back and transfer the shares. So to do this one extra new step, you'll have to go to the transaction tab that you see on the top and hit BO linking and click on BO linking setup. So once you get to this BO linking setup screen, you'll have to go ahead, click on the CDSL button and enter the Demat account number of the account you are trying to transfer these shares into, and you can enter your own PAN number as a buyer PAN here. Go ahead, click on the submit button, and you can see that BO seller buyer link setup is successful. So now you are ready to go ahead. So CDSL has intentionally added a delay here, and you can see that if you go to BO linking and click on the inquiry button, you can see that the linking status is still pending. You'll be receiving this email from the CDSL official account, and you'll have to go ahead, click on the link and confirm that you're going to add the beneficiary. An OTP will be generated. Make sure you do that as well. And this is a very new step. Make sure you do this. Otherwise, this entire process will not work. And now that you see that the linking process is done, let us look at how to actually start transferring your shares, right? Go to the transaction button on the top. Click on the setup button that you see. There will be a pop-up, click OK. And the only thing that you have to do in the screen is go to the bulk setup option. So once you get to the screen, you'll be seeing a lot of options here, but there are only a few things that you have to modify. Please pay attention. So the first thing that you'll have to set is the execution date. So come here and select the current date itself, right? And if it's the market hours is done, you can go ahead and select the next working market day, right? Once you set that, you'll have to go into the counter BOID option here on the right and select whichever account you want to transfer these shares into. I've done that as well. Now go to the entity identifier option and make sure you select NA here. Now do not worry about anything else. You can go scroll down and you can go ahead and click this plus button. This plus button is adding whatever stocks you want to transfer, right? So go ahead, click on the plus button. This is a dummy account that I'm using. You can go ahead and click on the account ISIN options. So it will show you all of the shares that are currently in this Demat account right now. So if I go here, I can select one stock here. So go ahead, click on the ISIN number and it will be added, right? And you can select the number of quantity of shares you want to transfer. So the ISIN is a unique number attached to the stock here. You can go ahead, select the quantity, and in the reason for trade, if you're transferring to your own account, you can go ahead and select that. And if you're gifting to a friend or a family member, you can select the gift option here. So I'm going to go ahead and select the transfer to own accounts option. No need to fill anything else. You can go ahead and click the OK button. So you can see that the 197 communications, which is a Paytm share, has shown up in this ISIN details page here. And if you want to transfer more and more shares, if you want to transfer different shares, you can go ahead press the plus button and repeat this process as many times as you want. So now that my need here is done, I'll have to go ahead to the bottom right and click on the verify button that you see. They'll ask, do you want to save this transaction? Go ahead and select OK. So once again, you'll be redirected to a confirmation page here. CDSL and SEBI all want to be crystal clear that you're meaning to send all of these high value shares if you have any, right? So go ahead, select the share once again and click on the commit button. Again, if you have multiple shares, make sure you tick each and every box here. You'll be once again receiving an OTP on the registered email ID and mobile number. Go ahead and enter that. And again, here you'll be asked for another layer of security, which is your transaction PIN. So as you can see here, the transaction has been authenticated successfully. If you keep aside the first time taken for creating the CDSL Easiest account, everything else has been very smooth and very easy. So here, as you can see, only the authentication is successful. When the transaction is successful, you'll be receiving an email from CDSL letting you know of the successful transaction. So quickly running through the advantages, it is very easy to do. There is no tax implication and you can move across your portfolio as many times as you wish. There are no charges except a small nominal stamp duty charge. And out of all this, my favorite thing is that I'm not selling and I'm not buying anything. I'm just transferring shares. So because because of this, there are no income tax implications and I do not have to book any profits or losses. The disadvantages are after 5 p.m. the portal might not work, and the easiest thing to do is a CDSL to CDSL transfer. Recently, there has been a CDSL to NSDL option as well. You can try it out. I have not tried it out personally because I do not have an NSDL Demat account under any broker. And the third disadvantage here is that some brokers might not approve your CDSL Easiest account activation. So Zerodha still has not approved an account that I was trying to do. It has been nearly 48 hours, but still they have not approved the same. Some brokers like Upstox, you have to manually send in a mail. I'll put the template down below. You have to manually send this mail in the initial step after creating an account so that your broker authenticates that account. And the major disadvantage I see is that the average buying price will be missing after you do the transfer. So whenever you're going to sell the share and then you have to file your taxes, then right, you'll have to manually enter the average buying price of all these shares. That is the only major disadvantage that I see. So yes, thank you guys for joining into this 2024 updated CDSL transfer video. I've not seen this video anywhere. Nobody has done a revision. So hope you had some really good use and the transactions were successful after you watch this video. If you have not already, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out our previous video on SIP versus lump sum. I think you would find it really interesting. This is Ajay Ajith signing off. See you. Bye bye.